Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com, and I'm still in Branson area, and I'm going. I think tomorrow I'll be heading out. Let's see, this is the 16th of March, and I think tomorrow I'll be heading out, and I'm supposed to see somebody in Joplin, but I lost their number. Hopefully they'll get back with me. And then from Joplin on into Tulsa, and then from Tulsa, then I can get back into. Well, let's see. I go up to Coffeyville, and I want to learn. Hopefully, I want to learn how to do podcasts, and then I'm going to start doing podcasts. And so I'll be able to say a little more on a podcast than what I can on YouTube. But anyway, what I want to talk about, and this is a good example, on a podcast, I'll be able to get in more detail. And here, what I want to talk about is doing business with successful people. And successful doesn't necessarily mean, a lot of money. They've got a system, and they're able to prosper, and they are in little debt, if any debt at all. Some people run their lives on no debt, and I normally, we always had a car payment and a house payment, because remember, I rented all the time. And but this is what I want to talk about, is what people don't understand is, because everybody wants to go by the rules. And this is what I learned a long time ago. You don't go by the rules. And then, yes, in counterterrorism, you don't go by the rules. And in life, you have to think outside the box. If you plan on getting ahead, it's hard to really prosper when you get in line with everybody else and you try to do like everybody else does, because if that was the case, everybody would be prospering really well, but it doesn't work that way. And so you work your way up as you learn people. You ask questions. One thing I've learned is, in general, now you got to remember, I'm on the kind of the same page as they are. I'm thinking outside the box and stuff like that. So we ask questions, and I never take it like somebody's bragging. Look at what they have, and all that. And just like anybody with any brains at all knows that I'm not bragging when I start talking about the gold and silver. This is what I use, and that's the way I've taken steps to prosper and get ahead. And let's see, let him pass here. And But I wanted to give you, I've already told you, I've got videos on the different businesses I've been in and some of the stuff we've worked out deals to make these businesses go. I've mentioned you look at a business, a small business, and it's old people that are running it. I mean, we're talking maybe 60, and maybe that's a business that you want, and you can pick it up really cheap. The business is worth a lot of money. The problem is trying to get that money from them. It's difficult to get it, and now I know that, they know that also. So this is why you're able to work out deals with them. And I say this is what I want to get in more detail when I get on another floor mat where I can spend more time and describe things more. But here I wanted to mention, I told you I'm looking for a ghost town, not really a ghost town, but it's a abandoned town where the businesses aren't really, you got one block of storefronts and they're not really, there's no really any businesses in there. It might be some, but you can tell they're not big businesses. And that's what I'm looking for. And it's funny because I've mentioned this to a few people that I know of that are in the real estate business. I mean, they own real estate, and I told them, well, I'm what I'd like to do, and I told them, about the building, and then, in a town where there's nothing really going. So I said, okay, now if you own this, how much rent would you want? And then we used like $1,000 for just a number. And I said, okay, now I want to rent it, and it's not like a lease, a 5-year lease, or not even a 1-year lease. And what I want is I want to pay you half price. So you want 1,000, I will give you 500. And it's funny because talking to business people, that's no big deal. Successful business people. Now, it's funny because people that don't know and they're in debt and all this kind of stuff, none of this works for them. And that's why you're looking for successful people. And then I said, okay, I'll give you half money, half the price, half of what you want. And then so they thinking, okay, what else? And then what I would do is pay half of that in gold and silver. Maybe this might not be the right format to talk about this kind of stuff. But anyway, it's kind of like that. And but anyway, I asked, well, was this something that you'd be open to? And every one of them was open to it. And they even said, well, because a lot of times they thought I wanted just to park my trailer. And I'd ask them if they had some property, where I could park my trailer. And I would rent it, because I don't know, month by month, but I don't know how long I want to be there and stuff like that. And it was funny because they were open to it, even like that. And so, yes, they're not getting all the money that they would like, but they are getting something. And this is the kind of stuff that you need to think on. This is a business deal. This is how you You really, the way you prosper, the way you become successful. You don't do cookie cutting deals. You be ready for somebody to come up with something that interests you. And this is one of those kind of things that so far everybody I've come up against that understand are for it. So, but anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.